What is up, subscribers to Retro Mushroom? This is PuddlesA1 here, and I'm bringing you a guest narration. Now, Tyler asked me on Skype if I wanted to do one, and I graciously accepted because it is a huge honor if someone asked me to do a guest narration. So there was no way I was going to turn it down. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's just talk about the team preview. So, we do have the standard weather war for Ubers. We have Sun versus Rain. Tyler has brought Sun. His opponent has brought Rain. Tyler has the standard Sun core in the form of Groudon, Fortress, and Ho-Oh. He also brought the Darkrai, and I'm guessing that the Darkrai is probably just the special sweeper set, while the Palkia is most likely Choice Scarfed. The Arceus, on the other hand, is probably Arceus Ghost, just to be the spin blocker, you know, and that's usually how teams work. So, looking at his opponent's team, he does have the standard Rain core in the form of Groudon, in the form of Kyogre, Ferrothorn, and Dialga. He has his own spin blocker in the form of Giratina, and he does have Arceus, which means that the Arceus is probably Arceus normal, maybe even another type, I don't really know. But the Kingdra, I know for a fact, is going to be pointless if the sun's up. So, here we go. His opponent's going to decide to lead off with the Kyogre, and Retro is going to want to lead off with the Darkrai. So, right off the bat, Retro makes a really good play, or just a judgment call, because looking at the team preview, not one Pokemon wants to be Choice Scarfed except for Kyogre. So what Tyler's going to do is, he's going to switch out and go into Palkia, predicting the Kyogre to be Choice Scarfed and go for the Water Spout, and that's exactly what's going to happen, and that is just amazing. So kudos to you, Tyler, for making such a good judgment call. That was really unexpected for me. But anyway, Tyler's going to switch out here and go into the Groudon, knowing that the Kyogre is not going to want to stay in here just because, you know, it is a resisted hit, quad resisted, I believe, on Palkia. So the switch out into Ferrothorn was probably what he predicted, but now he predicts to switch out into something else and goes into the Fortress to start setting up hazards. But the Ferrothorn stays in, goes for Stealth Rock. I'm going to give the opponent the benefit of the doubt in this turn, just because he might have predicted the Groudon to switch out. But that is a really questionable turn to me. So anyway, Tyler's just going to go for the Rapid Spin here, knowing that the Giratina probably doesn't want to switch in right now. But Kyogre is just going to go for the Thunder. It's going to get the Paralysis. Kind of unfortunate. He could have gone for the Water Spout, but knowing that the Fortress can live one hit, Tyler's going to set up one layer of spikes. So good plays going around all over the place. So now this is where a bad play starts to happen. The opponent switches out and goes into Kingdra. The switch out into Groudon is so painfully obvious. I have no idea why he went out into Kingdra. Literally anything could have been better than going out into Kingdra because 1, Swift Swim isn't active anymore. 2, the sun's up. 3, if this thing's physical, Groudon can tank every hit. But if it's special, on the other hand, Tyler's going to want to switch out and go into the Fortress, which is exactly what he's going to do as his opponent brings back in the Kyogre. Not that big of a deal, really, because he can still take hits. So what Tyler's actually going to do here is switch out and go into the Palkia. Excuse me. Wow, what happened there? Anyway, Tyler's going to switch out and go into the Palkia, knowing that the Water Spout's going to happen at this turn. So that's exactly what happens. And I know that the Palkia can take it, but he does get the crit. Really unfortunate, but it's not going to matter because if the Palkia is Choice Scarfed, he will outspeed and hit with a Draco Meteor, and that is the case. So luckily, this is going to do enough damage to the point where the Water Spout will not be doing anything, and that's exactly the case because, as you'll see, this Water Spout does 20 damage, which is really, really awesome. So Tyler's actually sees a really nice opportunity here to save his Palkia. But he's actually just going to go for the Draco Meteor just to try and take out the Kyogre. But the opponent switches out knowing that the Kyogre, I guess, can still set up Rain. But if Tyler gets up one more layer of spikes or even Stealth Rock, the Kyogre will die upon re-entry. So Tyler's going to switch out here, saving his Palkia. Good plays everywhere. Goes into the Fortress to take the Gyro Ball, but he goes for the Power Whip. Either way, it would have been a KO on the thing. So Fortress was the best switch in here. Now, Tyler is going to want to go for the spikes, maybe even the Rapid Spin. I don't even know. He has no hazard stuff. He's probably going to go for the spikes or maybe even the Volt Switch. But the Dialga does come in here, and Tyler gets paralyzed. Really unfortunate, and it sucks, but not the biggest deal as of right now. So the Dialga is going to go for the Aura Sphere, and not seeing leftovers, and I don't know why he would run leftover Life Orb, but there's no Life Orb, no leftovers. And I'm guessing that this Dialga is Choice Specs, just because that did a lot of damage. So Fortress gets paralyzed yet again. That is really unfortunate, to be honest. So Tyler's going to make a switch out into his Arceus Ghost, as you can tell, because he does switch, or he does miss the thing because he's unaffected by the Aura Sphere. And now he switches out and goes into his Groudon, as the opponent switches out from Dialga, confirming that he is Choice Specs, and he brings in the Ferrothorn. Now this is where I'm just going to say that the opponent did not fear the Fire-type move whatsoever. I don't know why he didn't fear it, but he stays in here and they just swap rocks. I I don't know. I have no idea. I gave the opponent the benefit of the doubt, but he lost it here because he stays in. Honestly, I would be fearing the fire type move because Ferrothorn's pretty much a big defensive part of this team. So Tyler's going to switch out here and go into the Ho-Oh, knowing that he's probably going to want to set up a layer of spikes at this point, and he does do just that. So he kind of gets a free switch into Ho-Oh, but he does take half from the rocks. But this Ho-Oh, it's obviously not the sub-roost Ho-Oh that I run, so I'm going to subtract points from Tyler for not running the same set, the awesome sub-roost Ho-Oh. But he does go for the Sacred Fire here. It is in the Sun, it is Life Orb, it is Stab. It's not super effective, but look how much damage that does on a resisted hit. So, and Arceus is bulky. Arceus is Arceus, and it's a water type, so that does a lot of damage. Anyway, he goes into Palkia here to die to the hazards to see what the Arceus is going to go for. If I was the opponent, I would have gone for the Recover on that turn, but he does go for the Judgment, which is, it's a bad judgment call. Oh man, I'm good at puns. Anyway, Tyler's going to bring in the Darkrai here, and this is when everything gets really, really bad because he goes for the Dark Void, hits it, puts this thing to sleep. Now, had he gotten the burn with the Sacred Fire, this would not have happened, and so it really works out better that he didn't get the burn. And from here, he goes for the Nasty Plot, confirming that he is the Special Sweeper near the end, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. The Arceus is almost dead. He goes for the Dark Pulse. He's going to take out this Arceus. Now, what the opponent should have done was saved his Kingdra and his Giratina and farted off his Dialga and his Ferrothorn, but that's not what he does. He actually goes out into the Darkrai, or not the Darkrai, goes out into the Kyogre and dies to entry hazards, and then sends out his Kingdra. Had he sent out the Dialga and the Ferrothorn, there was a possibility that Tyler could have missed the Focus Blast, and then he would have had the offensive Pokemon in Kingdra and the defensive Pokemon in Giratina to kind of, deal with the opponent's team, or to kind of deal with Tyler's team, but he doesn't do that. He goes out into Kingdra, foders his only hope at, remaining, offensively in this battle, and he just fodders it. He just fodders it off. I don't know why he does that. And then he goes into the Dialga, which is the second thing that could have been offensive. He probably, well, I guess he could have saved that, but going into it now after the Kingdra was really stupid. He should have farted off his Ferrothorn first, but he doesn't do that. Farters off all the Pokemon he needs and saves his Ferrothorn for the last spot. Don't know why he did that. But anyway, that's going to be a victory for Tyler. So, GG, guy, I don't know. The name's going to be in the title. What is that? 4? He only lost, what did he lose? He lost the Palkia, right? And that's it. Wow, that's a 5-0. Oh my goodness. Good job, Tyler. So that's the end of the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, feel free to check me out. If you guys don't want to check me out, that's fine. I understand. A lot of people don't like me. If you guys want, you can go ahead and add Tyler on Skype. Maybe he'll ask you guys to do a guest narration, but he probably won't because he only likes me and he hates the rest of you guys, which is a lie. I'm just kidding, guys. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Leave this video a thumbs up because it really helps Tyler out. It'll help me out too, I guess. That's kind of selfish of me. I lied. Just do whatever you want for Tyler, nothing for me. That's about it, guys. Peace, love, and later, Gators.